Even when you know someone really well, it's easy to misunderstand them. Sarah and I have found that after 30 years of marriage, we still don't always communicate very well. And so she actually found something that's been helping us over the last little while. She found a technique where she says something like, my intention here is, or when I said that, I intended to, or she might say, what do you intend by saying that or doing that or whatever? And that's been really helpful because sometimes I misunderstand what she says and I think she's saying something she's not saying. And when she says, no, wait a minute. Well, my intention was blah, blah, blah. It sorts it out. Again, it's easy to misunderstand someone even when they have really good intentions. I think that happens spiritually all the time. I think if God could stop us for a moment, he would say to most people, look, my intention here is this. I think most people have misunderstood what God is offering. I think most people misunderstand what church and faith and all these sorts of things are all about. I think we've had a misunderstanding, and it would be good for us to look at what God's real intention is. And so this week, that's what we're going to do. We're going to remind ourselves of what God wants to do with us. We're going to remind ourselves what the gospel is all about, why we bother to come to church. We're going to be clear about God's offer to us. In fact, that's the sermon title this week, God's Best Offer. I think if people understood what God really intends for us, if they understood how God wanted to deal with them and treat them, this place would be packed. And so we need to understand it so we can tell others. God's best offer is the sermon this Sunday morning. In our Bible study, we're in Nehemiah chapter 4. All the way through the book of Nehemiah, there's been sort of this foreboding part that people are going to come and discourage God's people. They're going to come and try and stop them from doing the good they're doing. And in chapter 4, that actually happens. It all blows up. And Nehemiah has a choice. Will he listen to his fears and the naysayers, or will he carry on and do the right thing, even though it's hard to do that? What we're going to find this week is the way to deal with discouragement. We're going to find out how to respond to those who are trying to discourage us. Here's a hint. Sometimes the best way to respond is to not respond at all. Nehemiah chapter 4, we're going to learn some really practical things that you can use starting right away. This has been a short week in the office because of the long weekend, but as I've struggled with the lesson this week, I think we've got something that I need to hear. I need to be reminded of God's good blessings to us. I need to be reminded of that so that I live the blessing properly and so that I can share it with others. That's what we're going to give you on Sunday. I really hope you're here to share it with us. See you then.